Hi, everyone. Welcome. We are so excited to have you joining us today for our first midweek Montessori live stream. So, this is something we decided to do because we had so much fun doing it during our recent summit when we had our nightly live streams and got to have conversations with people from the Montessori education world. Candace and I decided it would be a great idea to start doing it on a regular basis. So, once a week, we're going to hop on. We're going to have a guest. So Candace and I will host. And if you don't know us yet, I'm Carolyn Sweet. I'm the Marketing and Communications Director at AIM, and Candace is our Executive Director. And
Hi, everyone.
For our guest today, we have our very own Daniel Ocampo, who is an amazing asset to AIM, has been instrumental in helping us translate our Spanish courses, and he will serve as our faculty level coordinator for our Spanish early childhood programs, which begin March 5th. So we are very excited.
Yay. We're so excited about that program. It's been a dream of ours for so long. So we're making it happen with Daniel's help.
Yes. And as we celebrate Montessori Education Week this week, we couldn't think of a better person to have as our guest today than Daniel, because he is so passionate about making Montessori more accessible to the Spanish-speaking world and bringing it to his home country of Colombia. So we would love to hear more from you about your aspirations and your plans and just a little bit about your history too. So Candace and I know a lot about you, but could you tell us a little bit about how you got started in Montessori education?
Yeah. I heard about Montessori education when I was studying in Medellin, and in my college, I was taking a psychology degree. The first time I heard Montessori, I don't know, it just kept sounding in my mind for some reason, because I'm very passionate about education, and I was aware at that time that the traditional system that is predominant in Colombia wasn't working as well. It has too many aspects of it are not functional, and so many people drop out of school, and I just wanted to see something different, and Montessori presented that to me. When I heard about it, I was like, oh, that's very interesting. And the freedom of choice, and the preparing environment, all that kind of, I was very interested about that. So then I did some more research, and then the person who inspired me completely was Mary Ellen. When I heard her and her presentations, I was like, okay, that's really interesting. And that's how I got in Montessori.
Nice. And that was, how long ago did you begin?
2010, 2011.
Okay.
More or less, I started hearing about Montessori. I like to volunteer in communities, so I was volunteering in a community at a time, and they were looking for bring some educational stuff, and one of the topics was Montessori. And then after that, Mary Ellen came in, and everything just started from there. Yeah.
I feel like that's how it happens with Montessori. Like, people hear about it and like immediately like it clicks for people, and they just kind of get immersed in it. It draws you in.
Yeah, it definitely draws you in. Yeah. Plus, you start hearing these stories about very smart people, you say, or very people that has been successful, that have been raised Montessori way. You hear about the creators of Google, and you hear about some other interesting people that that started thinking outside of the box. And I was like, okay, that's interesting that we had this pattern of these genius people that start thinking outside of the box, and they came in from a Montessori environment. So that's the part that I love about it, is that it helps children, or it teach people how to think out of the box. And that's what brings solutions to many problems in society these days. And I think that's why the value of Montessori is just to create, to bring up the potential of everybody, and and ultimately change society.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you are really interested in, and we want to help you with this. This is a dream that we all share, the three of us share, and our whole organization shares, to bring Montessori education to Colombia. And so what are your kind of like ideas about that, and what do you see as the next steps for success in that endeavor?
Yeah, well, my first step my personal first step was to prepare myself. That's why I took the training. That's why I started getting a lot of experience here in where I currently work in Midweek Montessori. I've been able to be very successful. Like over the years, the experience can bring in something more aspects of me, more qualities. And I'm at that point, like, I think I'm completely ready to bring this back down in Colombia. So that's why when I heard about AIM and the opening of the Spanish training, I was like, okay, that's the perfect opportunity. And I know I took the training with AIM and by that time Nation Montessori, and I know how the quality of the training you guys offer. So I just wanted to be part of it, and I had all the passion to bring that to Colombia. So this is just the next step, like having that institution like AIM just be that sponsor to bring full training to Colombia and to all Spanish speaking people, like everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're our ambassador to do that. So we appreciate it.
I could be more honored to do that. So, yeah.
So I want to open this up too, if for those of you who are watching in the live stream or watching like later on, because this will be up forever and always, to add in comments or questions that you have for any of us or ideas that you have about bringing Montessori to different places. One of the things that I feel like Candace and I have encountered as we've been more and more reaching out to people globally and even nationally is that people are really excited to bring Montessori to wherever they are geographically, where they don't think that it is thriving or it isn't accessible. And that is a beautiful thing. And I love that passion that Montessorians have. So if there's somewhere you're thinking that you would love to bring Montessori to, feel free to share that with us. We love making things happen. We love making big plans and enacting them. And so this Spanish translation is kind of like our first step in making that more accessible. And we're willing to travel, willing to explore opportunities. So
yeah, some of the places that we are going or have gone, Mary Ellen spent a ton of time in Russia, of course, and then we have been doing trainings in Vietnam. We're getting ready to go to South Africa and do some more trainings there. Mary Ellen went there last year. We have been talking to a group in Sweden about going to Sweden. So we have lots of places, and Carolyn and I and our families love to travel. So we're always up for new adventures. So let us know where, like Carolyn said, let us know where you'd like to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daniel, we can't wait to accompany you to Colombia.
Yeah, I would love you to get to know Colombia. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people. The landscapes, the nature there is just beautiful, and the Colombia deserves to have a lot of Montessori there for sure.
Mary Ellen actually went to Colombia to work with you on your internship, right? Or did you guys host a residency there?
I started my internship there. We were part of we did with a partner. Her name is Sandra Varela. Mm-hmm. She's a trained Montessori teacher. I met her there, and we were interested in to have a Montessori environment in Medellin, and we partnered with the Institute of Welfare, like mm-hmm. La Casa de los Niños, La Casa de Maria it was called. Okay. And yeah, we started creating an environment. We started functioning. Children would actually, I remember that children in that it's like an orphanage. Yeah. Okay, so just children with very hard backgrounds were there, and I remember the most intense part I remember is that children would actually jump in the fence to get to go to the classroom that we had set up because they were just really excited about it. So we functioned for a few weeks, and unfortunately they changed the pedagogy. So the person who was in charge of the program, and she didn't quite understand Montessori, and she decided to shut down the program. And that's when my internship stopped. So I had to look for new options at that time. But yeah, Mary Ellen visited us, and she was part of Circle Time, and she was looking at the environment, and it was very nice.
Yeah, I remember she's been talking about it because obviously we've been talking about Colombia and how we can go there. And yeah, she's telling me some stories. I love it. So, could you talk a little bit about, we've spent a lot of time and invested a lot of time and money into the Spanish translation, making sure that we, really capture and maintain the essence of our program in the translation. So no AI chat, no AI translations here. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing with the language materials and how, because I know you've spent some time reworking them and recreating them, and I know we're going to film some new Spanish language videos and resources for our course. Can you talk a little bit about what that's looked like for what
So
that has looked like for you?
yeah, there are two aspects of it. There are for the students that we have right now, or they will start the certification or the training on Monday. Most of them are from US, and all of them. They are Spanish speaking. They come from Mexico, most of them, and they are taking the training, but they are teaching. They have in the manual in Spanish, but they are teaching English grammar. So our options in the training, and what I talked to Karen, is that we'll have the option to have the Spanish manual for that will teach Spanish grammar, okay, and there is the Spanish manual that will teach English grammar. Okay, so we're planning to offer both things, and so the students that we have here in US can apply their manual lessons, the Spanish manual lessons, but in this English grammar, which they will be working in a English-speaking Montessori schools. So, and then we expand to other countries, especially Spanish-speaking countries, that will use mostly the Spanish, the language manual, but teaching Spanish grammar.
I love that. I know you've put a lot of work into that, and you and Karen are still putting a lot of work into it. So I'm really grateful for that and the thought that we've put into moving into Spanish. And so thank you for that.
It was helpful that our translators, so we worked with a women-owned translation team from Mexico, and one of our translators actually went through Montessori education, so she was excited to help us translate, and she also had this base knowledge and experience with what we were talking about, so she got a lot of joy from helping us translate, and we got the benefit of having her knowledge of Montessori that, is unique sometimes to people, so it was really helpful. They were a great team for sure.
Yes. And if you are watching this and you're interested in our Spanish early childhood program, we have applications open until March 12th, 2024. If you're watching this past that, then we will be offering this course again in September of 2024 as well. So.
And we have introductory pricing right now too, because this is the first time we're doing it. We want to make sure that we have, a great group. We want to make it really accessible. So we're offering the introductory price of $3,000 for our Career Starter program. So it's a great deal right now, and you can get in and really help us develop the program and work with Daniel and see it grow. And once you become a part of AIM, you stay a part of AIM, right? Daniel is back as an instructor now. We're like a family. So we will help you throughout your entire journey and career as well.
Yes.
I think this first start is a perfect opportunity to just prepare, get better, and just keep increasing the quality of the certification for sure.
Yes, and we will be offering a residency in summer 2025. We are not exactly sure yet. Candace, right? Maybe Texas, maybe.
Probably Austin. Yeah. If we can get Daniel to go spend a couple of weeks in Austin,
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. Probably in Austin, since that's where the majority of our other residencies are, but we're not ready to commit ourselves to it yet. So if you have a place that you would like to see the Spanish residency, also let us know that as well.
Right. And we're open to see where the enrollments come from. So if a lot of enrollments come from outside the US, we're open to that too. So
yeah,
we're excited to see where it takes us all.
I think Daniel likes to travel as well, right?
Yeah, I like to travel a lot. I used to travel a lot, and my wife is from Montana, and I was from Colombia, so we used to travel to each other countries like every 6 months, long distance relationship.
Yeah.
That's how I ended up here in Bozeman, in Montana. But yeah, I love traveling, and now I'm excited about that part too. Yeah.
I was wondering how you ended up in Bozeman because it's such a very different climate than
It's
completely
cool.
different. Yeah, no, I come from a city that it's always spring, but it's like a warm spring. It's not like a cold spring here in Montana. It's very warm and nice, very green, lots of flowers all the time, and yeah, it was like perfect weather. I came here and I love it. I love seasons, and the fall. I think the fall is beautiful, but winter gets a little long.
Yeah.
But I love skiing though. But winter gets a little long, but it's okay.
Yes.
I like it too.
It does get long. So I'm in Bozeman as well. Carolyn's in South Carolina. Daniel, we're at Middle Creek Montessori in your classroom. Do you teach a Spanish immersion class, or do you just speak English with your students?
No full immersion.
Okay.
It's like I speak to the kids in Spanish. We do Spanish in simple time. We have some lessons in Spanish and story time in Spanish. So a lot of editorial work with the kids in Spanish. And yeah, so it's like kind of partially immersed, but not completely. It takes quite skill to do both things, especially if you are the only one speaking Spanish or you have some other people that speak Spanish. This year we have a couple more that speak Spanish, but yeah, there are so many things to do in the classroom. It's so busy, and you want to get going with the program and the monthly themes, and there is some academic expectations too. So it takes quite some work to get that Spanish immersion completely set.
Yeah.
I know you're really interested in observing Spanish immersion schools. So too, if anybody's watching and has a Spanish immersion school and would like Daniel to come observe, and we would love to come visit. And I think that's like a tenet of Montessori that we, even as educators and leaders of this organization, we want to observe and see what's happening around the Montessori education world and pay attention and learn from everyone else too. So.
Absolutely.
Well, we are so happy that you took time to talk with us about this today, and we hope that y'all will keep joining us on Wednesdays, and we are going to just keep these short. We know everyone's busy, but we want to hear from people and build community in the Montessori world. So if you're interested in joining us for a future midweek Montessori live stream, please go ahead and send me an email and let me know if there's a topic you're passionate about, or you have an event coming up that you want to share, or like next week, we're having someone from Black Wildflowers to talk about grants for Black Montessori educators. So we are open to all topics in Montessori education, and we are excited to meet new people in the Montessori world and connect with you. So feel free to reach out. And Daniel, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited about Spanish programs starting next week.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you for having me. I love having these short conversations, and I'll be happy to join anytime I'm invited to.
Okay, awesome. We'll definitely
have you back.
Okay. Great.
Maybe from Colombia. Who knows? So
that would be amazing. All right. Thank you, everyone. Leave comments. Let us know where you'd like to see us take Montessori. Bye, everyone.
Happy Montessori Education Week.
Bye, everyone.
Yay.
Thank you.